Alex Turner had been on the Joint Research Station for only 3 days, and he still felt like a guest in someone else's home. The halls were clean, bright, and full of alien symbols he could not read yet. Every door looked the same. Every room hummed with soft energy. And every corner carried the strange smell of the advanced technology the aliens used. The station belonged to the Shailen, a gentle but secretive species whose culture was still a mystery to most humans. The humans had been allowed here only after months of careful negotiation. Alex had been chosen to join the mission because he was calm, observant, and surprisingly good at reading alien emotions. Or at least, that was what the psychologist told him. Right now, he felt clumsy and out of place. He carried a tablet in one hand and a box of scanning tools in the other. His job for the morning was simple: deliver the tools to Lab Room 3, then attend a safety briefing. The task should have been easy: walk in, drop the box, walk out. But the problem was that Lab Room 3 looked exactly like Lab Room 2, 4, 5, and every other door in this confusing hallway. Alex slowed down and checked the tablet again. Turn left, Lab Room 3. He had already turned left twice. Great, he muttered to himself. I'm lost on day 3. Good job, Alex. Someone walked past him, a Shailen guard with smooth blue skin and long, graceful limbs. The guard nodded politely but did not speak. The Shailen rarely spoke unless spoken to first. Their culture valued quiet and observation, something Alex respected but was still adjusting to. Excuse me, Alex called out softly. Is this the way to Lab Room 3? The guard turned, blinked twice, a Shailen sign of confusion, and pointed down the hall. Alex followed the direction with a grateful smile. He walked for another minute, and then stopped at a door that looked a little more decorated than the others. A soft ripple of purple light moved across the surface, reacting to his presence. He checked the number above it. Room 3. Finally, Alex sighed with relief, balanced the box under one arm, and placed his hand on the door panel. The door slid open with a soft, musical sound. He stepped inside, and froze. The room was dim, lit by floating shards of glowing blue energy. They drifted slowly in circles like tiny stars caught in a gentle wind. At the center of the room stood a young Shailen girl, maybe Alex's age, maybe a little younger. It was always hard to guess their ages. Her skin shimmered like moonlit water, and glowing markings ran along her arms and shoulders. But what caught Alex's attention was not her appearance. It was what she was doing. She knelt in the center of a circle of spiraling light, her hands raised as if shaping the floating shards. Her eyes were closed, her breathing slow and focused. The air around her vibrated with a soft humming sound. It felt sacred, private. Something Alex should not be seeing. He quickly realized his mistake. He had walked in on something important, something personal. The Shailen girl opened her eyes the moment she sensed him. The glowing shards around her snapped out of their perfect orbit and scattered like spooked birds. The humming energy dropped sharply. Her crest, 3 delicate fin-like folds along the side of her head, flared bright orange. Alex had learned enough to know that orange meant alarm. She stood up too fast, stumbling for a moment before regaining balance. "What are you doing here?" she demanded in a voice that trembled with anger and surprise. Alex almost dropped the box of tools. I'm sorry. I didn't know anyone was inside. I thought this was Lab Room 3. This is not Lab Room 3, she snapped. This is a private chamber. Alex winced. I really didn't mean to intrude. The doors look the same. The map said this was. Maps do not apply to the inner chambers, she interrupted sharply. This room isn't on your human layouts. Great. Of course it wasn't. He stepped back toward the exit, trying to give her space. I'll leave right now. I swear, I didn't see anything. Or well, I saw something, but I don't know what it was. And her eyes narrowed. You humans speak too quickly. Right, sorry. She looked down at the scattered shards of light around her feet. At first, Alex thought they were simple energy crystals. But now he saw each shard held tiny moving symbols, alien script shifting like living smoke. Her breathing grew uneven. You interrupted the ritual of echoes, she said quietly. Alex swallowed. Is that bad? Bad? She laughed, but there was no humor in it. It is more than bad. It is dangerous and painful. The ritual must not be stopped until its pattern is complete. Alex took another step back. I didn't know. I'm really sorry. The girl pressed a hand to her forehead as if trying to steady herself. Humans always say they are sorry. But sorry does not fix an incomplete ritual. He hesitated, unsure what to say. Is there anything I can do? You have done enough. Her voice was soft now, not angry, more exhausted than anything else. Alex felt guilt twist in his stomach. He turned toward the door, ready to leave when the girl winced in pain and fell to one knee. The scattered shards of energy flickered. The room's vibration changed from calm to unstable. Without thinking, Alex rushed forward. Hey, are you okay? He asked. Do not touch me, she warned. Too late. Alex had already taken her arm to steady her. The moment his hand made contact, the shards around them flared with sudden light. The unstable humming stabilized. The spiraling pattern began reforming in the air, slowly resetting into its original shape. The girl stared at him in shock. You touched me. Alex stepped back quickly. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I just thought you were falling. No, she said, shaking her head. Humans are not supposed to interact with our resonance rituals. Your species does not have the correct biofrequency. The shards should have rejected you. They should have scattered further, not returned. Alex blinked at the glowing shards, now floating calmly once more. So what does that mean? It means... She frowned, studying him carefully, almost suspiciously. I do not know what it means, but it is not normal. Great. Another thing for him to worry about. I really don't want to cause you any trouble, Alex said. If you want to report me, I understand. She shook her head slowly. If I report you, the elders will shut down the chamber for weeks, and they will ask questions. Questions I do not want to answer. Alex raised a brow. So you were doing something you weren't supposed to do? The girl crossed her arms. The ritual is allowed. The secrecy around it is what I am. Bending, Alex understood. Humans had private things too. Journals, personal projects, old hobbies you didn't want others to see. But here, privacy seemed much more serious. I won't tell anyone, Alex said. I promise. She looked at him for a long moment, as if deciding whether or not to trust him. I am Tavala, she finally said. Alex, he replied. Nice to meet you. Though, probably not the best first impression. Tavala almost smiled. He set the box down gently and stepped back. I'll get out of your way. But as he reached the door, Tavala spoke again. Alex, the ritual must be completed before the next cycle of station lights. If it is not, the energy inside me will turn unstable. I can handle it alone, but... She looked at the shards again. Your touch made them obey, she whispered. Humans should not be able to do that. Alex felt a chill run down his spine. What are you saying? I am saying, she answered carefully, that I may need your help. The door slid shut behind him, and Alex realized that whatever he had just stepped into was far bigger than a wrong door. Alex woke up the next morning still thinking about the strange encounter. The memory repeated in his mind over and over: the glowing shards, the humming air, and the way the energy reacted when he touched Tavala. It felt unreal, like something he imagined. But he hadn't imagined it. His hand had tingled for hours afterward. He dressed quickly and stepped into the station hallway. The lights were softer at this hour, still shifting from night cycle to morning cycle. A few Shylen walked past him, their steps light and silent as always. No one paid attention to him. Good. The last thing he wanted was for someone to ask why he was wandering around the inner chambers yesterday. He checked his schedule on the tablet. Safety briefing 9. Lab orientation 10:30. Cultural lecture 13. Nothing about mysterious rituals. Nothing about alien girls who needed his help. Alex sighed and started walking. He kept replaying Tavala's last words. I may need your help. Why him? Why could he touch the shards when he wasn't supposed to? And what would happen if she didn't finish the ritual? He wanted answers, but he also didn't want to cause trouble. The Shylen elders were strict. They liked order and calm. Two things Alex seemed to destroy, by accident. He turned a corner and stopped. Tavala was waiting for him. She stood in the middle of the corridor wearing a dark silver cloak that hid most of her glowing markings. Her expression was serious. Her eyes bright like she hadn't slept at all. "You came," she said softly. "I live here," Alex answered. "This is the hallway to my room." Tavala blinked twice, the Shylen version of embarrassment. "Right. That makes sense." Alex gave a small smile. "Are you okay?" "No, the ritual pattern is still unstable. It tries to correct itself, but the energy keeps turning wild." She lowered her voice. "I cannot complete it alone." Alex looked around nervously. "We shouldn't be talking about this out here. Right?" "No," she agreed. "Follow me." Before he could argue, she turned and walked swiftly down the hall. He followed, heart pounding. She led him through 2 corridors, past a security checkpoint, and into a quieter part of the station that Alex didn't recognize. The walls here were darker, carved with glowing symbols. The air felt heavier, like the room itself was holding its breath. They stopped in front of the same door as yesterday, the chamber he'd accidentally entered. The purple light rippled again when he approached. Tavala placed her hand on the panel. The door opened. The chamber looked different now. The shards of energy floated unevenly, flickering and drifting out of place. Some pulsed with light. Others were dim, as if fading. The air vibrated in a broken, jagged rhythm. It made Alex's skin prickle. "This looks worse," he said. Tavala nodded. "Yes, because the ritual was interrupted before the pattern lock." Alex frowned. "Pattern lock? It is the moment the ritual becomes self-sustaining," she explained. "Once it locks, it cannot be broken." But we did not reach that point. Alex felt guilt twist in his stomach again. "I'm really sorry. It is not your fault," Tavala said quietly. "You did not know. And now, I cannot finish it without the resonance you created yesterday." Alex hesitated. "Are you sure? Maybe someone else could help?" "No," she cut in firmly. "You do not understand. Only your touch stabilized the shards. A Shaylin cannot finish a broken ritual alone. And no other species has your resonance signature." Alex rubbed the back of his neck. "Okay. But why do I have this resonance? Humans are normal. We don't have energy powers or glowing markings." Tavala studied him for a long moment. "I do not know. But you do have something. Something unusual. And we must use it." She stepped into the center of the chamber. The shards drifted aside as if recognizing her. She motioned for Alex to join her. He walked slowly, unsure if the shards would attack him or explode or do something equally dramatic. But as he approached, the shards began to orbit him gently. "Like curious fireflies." "That is impossible," Tavala whispered. "They are responding to you as if you are Shylen." Alex held out his hand. One shard floated down and hovered over his palm. He felt a warm vibration in his bones. Not painful, just strange. "What do I do?" he asked. Tavala took a deep breath. "Stand inside the circle with me. When I give the signal, place your hand over the central sigil. It will glow brighter. That will allow me to restore the pattern. And if I do it wrong, then the ritual collapses, the energy floods the chamber, and we both pass out for days." Alex's eyes widened. "Are you serious?" "Yes." "Great. No pressure." Tavala stepped into the exact center of the spiraling sigils. Alex followed, standing opposite her. The shards floated around them like small stars. The air began to hum again so softly he could feel it in his chest. Tavala lifted her hands. The shards brightened. "Ready?" she asked. "No," Alex answered honestly. "Good. Humans make fewer mistakes when they are nervous. I don't think that's..." Before he could finish, she gave the signal. A brilliant circle of light expanded beneath their feet. Alex felt the vibration rise through his legs, spreading across his arms. The central sigil, a glowing sphere of shifting symbols, floated up between them. "Now, Alex," Tavala shouted. He reached forward and placed his hand above the sigil. For a moment, nothing happened. Then everything happened at once. Light surged through the chamber. The shards snapped back into perfect orbit. The humming sound rose to a pure, beautiful note that echoed in Alex's skull. The symbols inside the central sigil spun faster, forming a pattern that felt ancient and powerful. Tavala gasped. "It's working!" Alex felt heat flooding through his arm, not painful but intense. Like touching sunlight, the sigil suddenly shot upward, expanding into a full circle of light above their heads. The room glowed brighter and brighter until Alex had to close his eyes. When the light finally faded, the hum softened. Alex opened his eyes slowly. The ritual was complete. The shards floated in calm circles again. The air felt peaceful, like a storm had finally passed. Tavala lowered her arms, trembling slightly but smiling, a real smile this time, small but full of relief. "You did it," she whispered. Alex let out a breath he didn't realize he was holding. "We did it," she nodded. "Yes." Together, for a moment, they simply stood there, surrounded by floating light. Alex felt something warm in his chest. Not romance, something deeper. Respect. Connection. A sense that he had crossed some invisible line between outsider and something more. Tavala walked toward one of the glowing symbols on the wall and tapped it. A panel opened, revealing a crystal tablet. She picked it up and turned to him. "This is the record of the ritual," she said. "It proves that a human interacted with Shi-Len resonance energy without harm. This has never happened in our history." Alex frowned. "Is that a good thing?" Tavala hesitated. "I do not know. Some will fear it. Some will want to study it. And some might try to control it." Alex felt a chill. "Control it? What do you mean?" She stepped close, her eyes serious. "Alex, what happened today cannot stay secret forever. But for now, no one must know. Why not? Because if the elders learn that a human can influence our sacred rituals..." She looked away. "They might think you are dangerous. They might think you are dangerous. They might think you are dangerous." Alex swallowed. "So what do we do?" Tavala closed the panel and faced him again. "For now," she said softly, "we trust each other." Alex barely slept that night. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the glowing shards spiraling around him. He felt the warm vibration in his bones. He heard Tavala's voice telling him that what happened between them must stay secret. He didn't like secrets. He especially didn't like secrets on an alien station where he was already the odd one out. But he understood why she had asked. If the elders found out, things could go very wrong. Humans had only just made peace with the Shi-Len. No one wanted to give them a reason to doubt the alliance. Still, it was hard to pretend nothing happened. By morning, Alex felt tired but alert. His mind kept turning like a machine running too fast. He tried to distract himself by going to his assigned work area, but he could barely focus on what the human scientists were explaining. "Alex, are you listening?" Dr. Patel asked. Alex blinked. Yes. Mostly." The doctor raised an eyebrow. "Mostly is not good enough when you're standing next to a quantum stabilizer. Sorry. Long night," she sighed. "Take a break. Maybe get some fresh air in the arboretum." Alex nodded gratefully and left the lab. The moment he stepped into the hallway, he heard a soft sound behind him. Tavala's voice. "Alex, come with me." He turned around. She wore the same silver cloak as yesterday. But her eyes told him this wasn't about rituals or crystals. Something was wrong. Alex followed her down 2 corridors and into a quiet observation room overlooking the planet below. From here, the surface looked like a sea of shining green clouds and floating islands. Beautiful, but Alex barely noticed it today. "What happened?" he asked. Tavala's voice was tense. "The elders have sensed something wrong with the energy field. They felt the disturbance from the ritual yesterday. Alex stiffened. Did they find out it was me? No, she said quickly. But they know the ritual was broken at some point. They are investigating. Alex rubbed his forehead. Great. So they're going to scan everyone until they find out what happened. No, Tavala said. They will not scan everyone. They will look for the one who carries unstable resonance energy. Alex blinked. You mean me? Yes. He swallowed hard. Can they actually detect that? Not easily, she said. But if they test the energy inside you, they might find something unusual. Something that does not belong to a human. Alex's heart started beating too fast. So what do? We hide it, Tavala said simply. Alex stared at her. Hide it? How? I'm not carrying a stolen wallet. We're talking about glowing alien energy inside my body. Tavala stepped closer. The energy is faint. It may fade on its own. But if it doesn't, we must transfer it. Alex felt a chill crawl up his spine. Transfer it? To who? To me, she said quietly. Alex shook his head. Hold on. You want to take the energy from me? Won't that hurt you? Maybe, she admitted. But the elders already know my energy patterns. If something changes inside me, they will think it is simply the remains of the broken ritual. They will not question it. And if something changes inside me, Alex said slowly, they'll know I was in the ritual. And I really on. Tavala nodded. Yes, Alex didn't like this plan. But he liked the idea of being interrogated by alien elders even less. Okay, he sighed. What do I need to do? Tavala led him deeper into the observation room, then opened a hidden door behind a panel. Inside was a small chamber with soft blue lighting. It wasn't as dramatic as the ritual room, but it still felt sacred in some way. This is a resonance chamber, she said. It is used to heal damaged energy pathways. Humans do not use it, so no one will come in. Alex stepped inside cautiously. So, we just stand here and the energy moves from me to you? No. She shook her head. I must guide it. Carefully. Alex exhaled slowly. All right, let's do this. Tavala closed the door behind them and drew a small circle on the floor with her finger. The symbol glowed faintly. She motioned for Alex to sit opposite her. First, she said, you must relax. The energy responds to your emotions. If you panic, it will resist. Alex gave a humorless laugh. Relaxing isn't easy right now. Try, she insisted gently. Alex closed his eyes, breathed slow, and tried to push away his fear. Memories of yesterday's ritual flashed through his mind, calming him slightly. Better, Tavala said. She placed her hands on the glowing symbol. A soft hum filled the chamber. Alex felt a warm tug inside his chest, like someone pulling on invisible threads. This may feel strange, she warned. The warm tug grew stronger. Alex gasped. It wasn't painful, but it felt like something inside him was stretching. Is this normal? He asked, voice trembling. Yes, she said, though her own voice seemed strained. The energy is leaving you. The chamber lights flickered, the hum rose. Alex felt something rise from his chest and float into the air, a soft blue glow that drifted toward Tavala like a slow-moving firefly. Tavala closed her eyes, guiding it carefully. Then suddenly, the chamber shook. Alex's eyes snapped open. What was that? Tavala opened her eyes in alarm. Someone is coming. Can we stop? Alex asked urgently. No, she said. The energy is halfway through the transfer. If we stop now, it could become unstable again inside you or me. The chamber door beeped. Someone was trying to open it. Alex's heart pounded. Who is it? The elders, Tavala whispered. Of all people. Alex and Tavala exchanged terrified looks. The chamber lights flickered again. The energy between them pulsed, brighter and brighter. Keep still, Tavala whispered. Do not speak. She moved her hands in a fast, fluid pattern. The energy wrapped around her body in a soft blue spiral still connected to Alex by a thin, glowing line. The door beeped again. A deep voice echoed from the other side. Tavala of the Shylen. We sensed unusual energy. Open this door. Alex froze. Tavala didn't answer. Instead, she pressed her hand to a hidden panel near the floor. A new circle of light activated, emitting a steady ripple that masked the energy in the chamber. The voice outside spoke again. Tavala, we will open the door. Alex whispered. We're dead. No, she said sharply. Do not move. A faint shimmer spread across the chamber walls, an illusion field. The door slid open. 3 Shylen elders stood outside, tall and imposing. Their glowing crests illuminated the space with gold and silver light. They looked directly at Alex, but they didn't see him. The illusion field hid him completely. Tavala stayed seated, hands folded calmly in her lap. The energy spiraling around her looked like a normal healing cycle now. Is something wrong? She asked in a steady voice. The elders stepped inside, looking around carefully. We detected an unstable resonance pattern, the eldest said. It came from this area. Tavala lowered her head respectfully. My energy was damaged from meditation. I came here to heal. The elders studied her closely. One of them waved a scanning device through the air. Alex held his breath, praying it wouldn't detect him. The scanner beeped softly, then stopped. No anomalies, the elder said. But be cautious, Tavala. The energy in the station is changing. Something unusual is happening. Tavala nodded. I understand. The elders stepped out. The door closed. The illusion field disappeared. Alex collapsed backward with a heavy breath. That was too close. Tavala released the last of the glowing energy, letting it settle inside her. The transfer is complete. They will not sense you now. Alex stared at her, still trembling. What now? Tavala stood slowly, her expression serious. Now, she said, we find out why your resonance connects with ours. Alex hardly slept that night. His mind was still racing from the events of the day. The ritual, the energy transfer, and the close encounter with the elders. He couldn't stop thinking about Tavala's words. Now we find out why your resonance connects with ours. By morning, Alex felt exhausted but determined. He needed answers. Somehow, he had a power he didn't understand. Somehow, it connected to the Shylen's energy in a way no other human ever had. He didn't know if it was luck, genetics, or something else entirely, but he wanted to understand it. He found Tavala waiting for him in the observation chamber. Her silver cloak shimmered faintly, reflecting the soft morning light from the planet below. She looked calm, but Alex knew better. Are you ready? She asked. Alex nodded. As ready as I'll ever be. But how do we figure this out? Tavala gestured toward a console embedded in the wall. Holographic symbols floated above it, shifting and dancing in the air. This interface records and analyzes resonance energy patterns. We can study how your human energy interacts with ours. Alex stepped closer. You really think it's safe? Yes, she said, though her voice had a hint of caution. But we must be precise. One mistake, and the energy could destabilize again. Alex took a deep breath and nodded. Then let's do it. Studying the connection, Tavala guided him to sit in the center of the chamber. The floating shards of light, now calm and steady, moved around him as if sensing his presence. He felt the same warmth from yesterday, but calmer this time. Place your hands over the interface, she instructed. Alex obeyed. A gentle hum filled the room. The symbols above the console reflected his energy, spinning and forming patterns he couldn't read. Focus on the energy, Tavala said. Don't think. Feel. Alex closed his eyes. He thought about the ritual, the shards, and the strange warmth in his chest. Slowly, he felt a flow like a river of light, moving from inside him outward. The holograms shifted, reacting instantly. Tavala's eyes widened. You are extraordinary, she whispered. The connection is not just physical. It is emotional, mental, and spiritual, all at once. Alex opened his eyes. Wait, are you saying this is natural? I just have it? Tavala nodded. I do not know how or why, but your energy can interact with Shylon resonance in ways no other species can. Alex felt a strange mix of pride and fear. So, I'm some kind of anomaly? Perhaps, she said softly. But an important one. A message arrives. Just then, the chamber door beeped. Tavala frowned. We should not be interrupted. A small drone rolled in, carrying a message from the elders. Tavala took it and read silently. Her face grew serious. They know something is changing, she said. They suspect that resonance energy in this area has been altered. If they discover that a human is involved. She paused. It could cause panic, Alex swallowed. So, we have to keep this secret, right? Yes, Tavala said, at least for now. But the truth cannot be hidden forever. Eventually, they must understand your connection. Alex nodded slowly. He felt a strange responsibility. His presence here was more than just being a guest. He had become part of something bigger. Testing limits. Over the next several hours, Tavala guided Alex through controlled exercises. He placed his hands over the interface, focusing his energy in different ways. Each time, the shards responded. Sometimes they danced faster. Sometimes they pulsed gently. This is incredible, Tavala said after one session. No human has ever done this. You can stabilize, amplify, even repair resonance patterns. Alex scratched his head. Repair? Like broken rituals? Yes, she said. And potentially more. You could help prevent energy accidents in the station, or even heal someone whose resonance is unstable. Alex felt a mix of excitement and anxiety. He had never imagined that humans could do anything like this. And yet, here he was, someone small, ordinary, and completely human, making a difference in ways he could barely understand. Unexpected trouble. Just as Alex was beginning to feel confident, the chamber lights flickered. A warning beep echoed through the room. Tavala's eyes narrowed. Someone is approaching, she said. Alex turned and saw two Shylon guards entering the observation area. They were scanning the room carefully. Stay calm, Tavala whispered. Act normal. The guards paused at the door. One of them tilted its head, sensing something unusual. Alex felt his chest tighten. Why are you here? Tavala asked politely. The guard's voice was flat. Energy anomaly detected. We were ordered to investigate. Alex glanced at Tavala. She gave him a small nod. He concentrated, letting his calm energy radiate outward. The shards responded, spreading a faint light around the chamber that masked his presence. The guards scanned again, confused, then moved on. Alex exhaled. That was close. Tavala smiled faintly. You are learning quickly. Humans have a strength we did not anticipate. Emotional clarity. It affects the energy in ways even the elders cannot predict. Alex smiled back. I guess being a human has some perks. Discovery. After the guards left, Tavala returned to the console. We must go deeper, she said. There is something about your resonance we do not yet understand. She guided Alex through more tests. The holographic patterns reacted not just to his energy, but to his intentions. When he focused on helping, the shards glowed brighter. When he imagined danger, they pulsed sharply. This is incredible, Alex said. It's like I can control the energy with my mind. Tavala nodded. Not control. Guide. You influence it with thought. Yes, but only because the energy recognizes you as a partner. Alex felt a thrill. So, humans can actually help your species in ways you didn't even know? Yes, she said, smiling. And now you understand why the ritual reacted to you yesterday. It recognized your resonance as compatible. A new respect. By evening, the two of them sat quietly in the chamber. The shards floated gently around them, calm and serene. Alex felt a strange sense of peace. Thank you for trusting me, he said softly. You have earned it, Tavala replied. Humans are not usually patient or careful. But you are different. Alex smiled, feeling proud but humble. I just want to help. I never imagined I could do something like this. You have done more than you realize, she said. You have connected two worlds in a way that will change both forever. Alex felt a warm glow in his chest. Not just the energy of the shards, but a deeper sense of purpose. For the first time since arriving on the station, he felt he belonged. Looking ahead, the next morning, Tavala and Alex met with the station commander. They reported that the energy field was stable and that no further anomalies had occurred. The commander seemed satisfied, though Alex noticed a hint of suspicion in his eyes. We must continue monitoring, Tavala said. But the ritual and the resonance are safe. Alex nodded. And we'll keep it secret, at least for now. Tavala smiled faintly. Yes, for now. But one day, the elders will need to know the truth. Tavala. Alex looked out the observation window at the glowing planet below. He thought of the rituals, the shards, and the strange connection he had with Tavala. He felt a sense of wonder he had never known before. Humans were small, fragile, and ordinary in the galaxy. But here, in this moment, Alex realized that humans could also be extraordinary. Sometimes, even the simplest being could make a difference in ways no one expected. And for the first time, Alex felt that being human was enough.